The ongoing lawsuit between Ripple and the SEC is clear evidence of the negligence portrayed by the US financial regulators towards providing a clear-cut regulatory framework which has come to hurt the average crypto investor in the US. Thus, the subsequent events and the ongoing lawsuit between Ripple and the SEC are the evidence that Ripple has what the masses want. The question is, what plans do the elites have underway? Now, I know there have been several extensions to the case. What I do know to be true is that, in my opinion, XRP has more room left to grow with this SEC case. So when it's all said and done, we're going to look back at it and thank ourselves because we'll have had more of an opportunity to accumulate XRP. Thanks for watching Make Money Online. If you haven't already, consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on post notifications. We also have a crypto Discord group where we give out calls for our favorite altcoins, and you can also win special rewards for inviting your friends to the group. Links for that are in the description. Wondering why I don't care about Bitcoin? Because of news like this. I know altcoins will be having a run for it. They'll have a basis just as we have seen how institutions price suppressions to enter the lower price markets. And after the Feds announced that quantitative easing would end in March, let's see what happens. In the meantime, this is the biggest news affecting financial markets today. Let's take a quick look at what's happening in mainstream crypto right now. First, we have the International Monetary Fund urging the Republic of El Salvador to cease its use of crypto as its official currency. Of course, we already know that the IMF has never been a fan of Bitcoin. And obviously, they're not in support of El Salvador, the first and only nation to adopt a cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, as its legal tender. However, we know that the IMF has had plenty of meetings with Ripple Labs, the custodians of XRP. In addition, the IMF has had XRP and RippleNet in numerous documents, just as the international monetary juggernauts have affirmed. And the tension seems to be rising. The Golden Telegraph Post, the Department of Homeland Security, warned that Russia might pursue a cyber attack on the United States, a story you might have heard. For the past 18 months, we've seen signs of an imminent cyber attack, and Russia can lead this time. So with that in mind, if you're currently in the US, I urge you to get your cryptos off the exchanges. Get your crypto portfolio, all of your assets that you choose to hodl onto the longest, sent over to an offline wallet such as a Trezor and the likes of those hard wallets and USB sticks. By this, you free yourself off the hinges of these hackers if Russia launches its all-in cyber attack on US networks, because we have no idea what could happen. But keep in mind, we're only speculators in this market. While we bear this excellent and essential news at heart, we should also take note of the likely scenario at play. For example, we could look at what's happening globally, particularly amid the crypto industry, as we see more and more adoption rolling into space by the day. Now, going through some random news within the space, South Korea, right after announcing its ambitious metaverse plans, completes the preliminary phase in creating its central bank digital currency. Volent Technologies, a global leader in cloud payments and financial communication solutions to accelerate digital transformation and partner of Ripple Labs, has announced the release of its cross-border service. That time is now, as globalization drives cross-border payments volumes. The provision of real-time, frictionless cross-border capabilities will prove crucial for banks. Next up, we have the famous star Shark Tank and angel investor Mark Cuban confirming that he holds 80% of his investments that are not on Shark Tank in crypto. The Bank for International Settlements Innovation Center has dedicated this year specifically for the research and development on CBDC and DeFi experiments. This year, the BIS and the umbrella organization of banks are putting in the extra work to understand CBDCs and how well to implement them alongside the decentralized finance world. According to a recent statement released by the group, the BIS is currently engaged with an ongoing project to study next-generation CBDC payments and green finance. Remember that the climate change agenda will be at the forefront of crypto financing and CBDC adoption worldwide, and improvements in payment systems remains in focus, with 13 of the 17 projects initiated in 2021 set to launch this year. By the end of last year, 64 central banks from around the world had already started considering the incorporation of retail CBDCs, 20 of which have already been launched, tested, or at very advanced research stage. And if we're to refer to the Federal Reserve's publication about the benefits and risks of implementing a CBDC in the US in relation to what Ripple proposes, all of that is acceleration in disguise. We're at the forefront of the new financial system. Hence, the Feds know that bad publicity is essentially good at this juncture. We all know that. The Feds know this too. And as far as I can tell, we're a lot closer to that time and place where we have an entirely digitized financial system than we know. Because 3 years ago, I couldn't imagine what was covered in the headlines and how closely related it was to what we had learned over the years. Thanks to the proponents of NFTs for their tremendous contribution to the 2021 boom, this has propelled crypto into popular culture and opened up the world to be more willing to accept crypto adoption. And with the pandemic crisis aiding the launch of QR codes around the world, preparing people for digital payments, these non-fungible tokens have created a culture where celebrities now freely accept Bitcoin as payment. which goes a long way to show how much of a financial and technical revolution we're in now. This might be the long-awaited fourth industrial revolution for which we've all been waiting. Could this be the great reset we've all been talking about? I don't know, you tell me. But since the only box left to tick is for the prices to catch up, they definitely will. A brief recap of the recent happenings over the past year or two. First, the SEC filed a lawsuit against Ripple for selling unregistered security tokens. Then there's the suppression of Bitcoin in China because of the energy tax, which has the most prominent digital asset in the climate. This is just a glimpse of it all. A reset of the entire global financial order is imminent. We're set to see a break from traditional financial systems to be entailed by the new financial system. Want to know the secret to what makes a successful digital asset investor? Well, the answer lies right in front of you. It all boils down to what you know and sticking to it. If you could spend more time doing your research, studying the market, paying a little attention to me, the Credible Crypto, the Digital Asset Investor, the Bearable Bull, and BitBoy Crypto, and all of these other YouTubers, rest assured, you will thrive even better than most of us, depending on your consistency, of course. So don't just stand by listening to TV personalities and even internet people, but stick to everything you know. Do your research if you wish to join the 1% of the world's population to attain the elite level, or if you're looking to get involved in a community of intransigent investors who collectively believe in this blockchain-based remittance platform and its native asset. With the Ripple buyback and IPO imminent, I believe our crypto bull run will continue, especially for legacy coins. Even though Bitcoin leads the fold, if we conduct a poll asking how people in the market felt about these cryptos, I bet you only a handful of them would vouch for Bitcoin, as most are bulls for these altcoins. So let's see how that plays out. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to turn on bell notifications. If you have any questions, drop us a comment, and we'll see you next time.
Hollywood Carson. That's how it goes. Hollywood Carson.